Hey, what's up, and welcome to the first episode of Practical Values Show. And we're gonna talk about marketing framework that worked 100 years ago. It's still working pretty well and most likely will work 100 years from now. It doesn't really matter if you advertise on Facebook, Instagram, if you advertise on YouTube or Google, the framework always stays the same. The psychological drivers will always be exactly the same as long as we stay human. Blah, blah, blah. As long as we stay human, the marketing framework will stay the same. So are you ready? Let's go. Okay, let's talk about positioning yourself. Imagine you are at the cocktail party. There are many people around you, drinks, snacks, jazz playing behind you, and you meet the guy and you say, "Hey, what do you do?" And he says, "Well, I'm a real estate agent." And you will try to keep the conversation going, right? You will keep asking questions. Are you residential? Are you commercial? Have you ever worked with anybody famous? I don't know, right? And you probably will move on to the next person because this guy, he did not invite you in the conversation. And you meet another guy and you say, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" And he says, "Well, you know how family buy a home, and when they do, they lose money on the closing deal, they lose money during the negotiation process, and after they buy a home, they keep leaking a ton of money in the next 20, 40 years when they're trying to pay it off." So I'm a real estate agent, and what I do, I help family to find the home of their dreams so they could save a decent amount of money, go to a luxury vacation, have fun, celebrate, bond with each other, or put this money into a saving account. And I'm doing all of that by using simple tactics not many people are aware of. And you'll be like, "What are you talking about? What kind of tactics?" He can end this by saying, "Well, I gotta go, but Thursday afternoon, if you want to, we can jump on a quick call and I'll tell you everything I know so you could stop leaking, start saving, and tell all your friends and family how to do exactly the same thing." You're probably gonna say yes to that guy. And what's the difference? What did he do that other guy didn't? So the first guy, he did not invite you in the conversation. That's pretty obvious. And the second one, on the other hand, he identified the problem. We do lose money when we buy a home. We keep losing money when we trying to pay it off. And he positioned himself as an expert who actually know what he is doing, and also as a guide in a story, he helped the hero, you, to imagine himself with the family on a luxury vacation or with the cash on hand. And also he mentioned his perfect client criteria, which is very important because you don't like to work with the people you don't want to work with, right? So there is a simple formula from the book Conversion Code by Chris Smith. I'll put the link in here. It stands for feature, benefit, and a tie down. So what he did, he says the features, I will help you to save money during the negotiation process and on how to close the deal in the right way. Also the benefit, if you will work with me, I will show you how to not to lose money when you try to pay it off. And the tie down, I gotta go, but Thursday, if you want to, we can talk and I'll tell you everything I know about this, right? So pretty simple. Feature, benefit, and a tie down. Instead of just, I do this or do that, and I'm such an awesome guy. I'm an agent #1 in the city. This is my words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm such an awesome guy and I've done so many unbelievable things. You don't want to be that guy who's trying to promote himself too much. Because usually people will say, "Yeah, thank you, nice to meet you, but can you please move to the side because I'm looking for help, someone who can guide me and help me with my problem and to achieve my goals, not yours." Okay? I hope you understand the difference. It doesn't matter if this is advertising on Facebook, YouTube, if this is in the video, or you meet someone in the person. Positioning yourself, your product or service, it's very important. The way you do that. I hope it helps. Let's move to the next one. Now let's talk about social currencies, what it does. So the better something make us look, the more likely we are going to share this. For example, look at this watch, look at this new t-shirt, new home, new car. I just met the celebrity, right? We always trying to share the good stuff that happened to us. We are not sharing stuff that something bad happened. This is not a great story, right? Like I was fired, she broke up with me, whatever the case is. We usually share the good stuff that happened to us, right? And how can you use this in a real estate business? Well, let's say you close the deal and the family is happy, everybody happy, and you can basically just go to them and say, hey guys, congratulations with this new beautiful home, but hey, can you make me a quick favor, please? Can we make a picture and can you post it on your social media and tag me in that post? That would be awesome. I'll really appreciate that. Well, some percentage of people will say no, but a lot of people will say yes, right? And if your brand or your name will make them look better in front of their friends and families and people they respect, the more likely they will share this on their social media. And the reason why you want to do this, because this is free advertisement on their social media pages, and they basically telling all their friends and followers about you, about your business, and you are not paying anything for this. Now let's talk about the triggers. So the triggers, it's a psychological. So the trigger is a psychological drivers that stimulates us to do something because it reminds us that we saw or we felt or smelled something in the past and we want to feel the same way because it was good, right? So what can you do in the real estate with this? Well, you can shoot a video ad and you can show people the beautiful home with the successful and happy family in there, with the dog, with the cat, and a nice vintage car in the garage. And it can actually stimulate someone, and someone can watch this and will be like, hey hon, look, this is the same house I used to live in when I was a kid. I think we should check it out, right? So usually we share and act not based on the logic, but based on emotion. If you can trigger that emotion, you will do well. Have you ever questioned why big brands like Adidas, Nikes pay millions to celebrities and athletes to endorse their brand? It's because of a public framework. Monkey see, monkey do it. I'm pretty sure you've heard that one. So if you see the person you know, the person you like, and the person you trust wearing this outfit, right, you might end up buying exactly the same thing. If not the same, something similar. And you can do that in real estate too. You can ask your clients to give you a video testimonial, so they could say a couple nice and warm things about you in the home they just purchased. And the more videos like that you have, the more deals you will close, trust me. Because one person might be not enough, especially if there's not celebrity, right? But if you will have a lot of video testimonials like that can actually tip the scale. And because if one guy say, hey, you have a tail, you might consider this as a joke. But if 5 guys saying you, hey, you have a tail, you might actually turn around and take a look. And what it does, if more potential clients see the end results of working with you, the happy faces with the smile inside a beautiful, beautiful home, the more likely they will work with you, right? If you're still watching this, you probably question yourself at some point, why that guy is doing this? He sucks at camera, he has an accent, he's not a public speaker, he sucks big time. And the reason why I'm doing this is because of practical values. This is the name of the framework. I'm sharing stuff that I know and I do every single day. So it could help you, or you can share this with the friends or families. It might help someone. You never know. And you should do exactly the same thing in your business. You should talk to your potential clients. Just put the camera on and buy that little microphone. If you don't want to, you can just talk to the phone and just say something. say something that you know. Obviously, if we educate each other, we are making the world a better place. I truly believe that, and I think you should do that too. And eventually, people will come back to you and will say, hey, I want more, I need more, I want to know more. And the last but not least, probably the most important one, if not one of the most, it's stories. We do not just pass on information, we share information as a part of broader narrative. So for example, if you're trying to shoot the video ad and you're trying to sell the house, and usually what I've seen, people just don't say anything, they just shoot the beautiful video, show the apartment or the house, and that's it. But even if you say something like, this is the 4-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms, kitchen, and other boring stuff, these ads, I mean, they perform okay, but you can do better by just adding a little sauce in it. If you can add the story into this video. So for example, if you start the ad with this house was built in 1986, and the reason why it's painted in orange because Hoskinson's family made a decision in 92, and right? And you tell the story. So usually people will watch the whole ad like this one because they want to find out what actually happened before, why it's orange, what happened in 96, or whatever the case is. I mean, you've got the point. People like stories. We like to listen to the stories. We don't like just listen to a fact or just,
this is the 4-bedroom house. Do you want to buy it? No.
So what I want you to understand that it doesn't really matter if you advertise on Facebook or Google or YouTube or any other platform. The framework does not necessarily change. What changes is technology, how we communicate, how we share stuff. But the framework and psychological drivers does not necessarily change. So we did not wait for the Facebook so we could start communicating with each other. We did not wait for the Google so we start searching stuff, right? Or Instagram to like stuff. It's just technologies that help us to do stuff cheaper, faster, in a more convenient way. It does not really matter what platform you are using. It really depends on your strategy, and if you understand the framework, what do you have to use in there and what do you have to use in there. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching my very first video. I would really appreciate your comment if that was bad. I'm pretty sure it was bad, but you can leave the comment, you can like the video, you can share this. I will appreciate if you will share this. If you know someone who needs this, please go ahead and share. It might help a lot. So thank you again, and I'll see you soon.